Welcome back to the Road Show. This morning in the Buzz, it's actually a pretty shocking new statistic. For the first time ever, married couples are no longer the majority in the United States. Here's the deal. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, married couples have now dropped below the halfway point, represented by just 48% of American households. That is way below the 78% average back in 1950, which really wasn't that long ago when you think about it. Experts say it's really a milestone in the evolution of the American family toward less traditional forms.
Families. Professor Kuntz, welcome. We moved in 50 years from almost 3/4 of married adults to barely half. What happened? What's pushing those numbers?
Well, one of the things that you have to bear in mind is that 1960 was probably the most atypical year in 150 years. The age of marriage was at an all-time low. Half of all women were married before they got out of their teens, and the rate of marriage was at an all-time high. So what's happened since then, primarily what's driving this, is the rise in the age of marriage.
Why do people of the pro-marriage agenda constantly say that?
It's now up to 26 for women and 28 for men. And that's actually a good thing, because the longer a woman delays marriage, right up into her early 30s, the lower her chances of divorce. But it does totally change the social weight of married households in our economy, our society, our politics.
But not only has the age at first marriage risen, which of course that's just math, it makes a smaller number of adults married, but the number of people who have ever been married has also declined.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Has marriage moved from being sort of culturally mandatory to more optional?
Well, it's definitely moved to being more optional.
Marriage has been an archaic tradition that has been forced onto the people through various social and legal policies forcing marriage to have relevance. It has lost so much of its utilitarian function that it will require even more social and legal reinforcement, including but not limited to job hiring preferences, bachelor taxes, openly discriminatory health care and life insurance policies fueled by traditionalist conservatives' phony "marriage makes you live happier, healthier and longer" statistics, and common law marriage, where marriage is forced on you by the state the way sex is forced on you by a rapist.
Which may contribute to black women feeling like black men don't get married. This is one of the rules that I had when I was dating. I would not date a man more than 2 years after I got out of college, or past the age of 23, without being at least engaged. Like, if I was interested in him like that. First of all, I didn't date people past 6 months that I didn't really like, or couldn't see myself marrying. And I noticed that some women will stay in a relationship with a man for years and years and years. Like, why won't he marry me? I don't know. Why he's not marrying me? You should propose.
What I find interesting is if a woman doesn't put out, her boyfriend is supposed to be understanding and supportive. He is told that if he loved her, he would wait until she's ready. Year after year of waiting. Any whining and begging for sex is inappropriate and disrespectful. Feminists then go as far as to say if a woman caves in under the guilting and begging or threat of breakup, she is a rape victim. How come none of this seems to be applied to women demanding marriage? Same with everything else. When men do it, it's evil. When women do it, it's fine.
If you don't know whether or not you can be with someone for the rest of your life, after 2 years, first of all, you know. You know that. Men know that. They just don't want to marry you. So what you need to do is pack your bags and leave. Just get out of there, because you're wasting your time. You've already wasted enough time. Get out of there. Do not date men that tell you they do not believe in marriage.
Wow, you are making it clear just how vital, how important, marriage is to a woman. Until technology can produce some sort of reasonable sexual substitute for a participating female body, women have the monopoly on sex. They also have a monopoly on legal power. Denying a woman cash and denying her marriage is about the only power a man has.
The truth is that men in the United States have no reason, and look at me right now, they have no reason at all to get married.
I hear ya, Tommy, but what about all these men scolding MGTOW for being anti-marriage?
Well, in this community, and Uncle Tim is a man who sells out his own gender. And most of the time when men sell out their own gender, let me tell you what they're doing it for. they're doing it for pussy points.
Yeah, that seems about right. I think that might be true in many of these cases, and for the men that are already married, I had rather suspected post-purchase rationalization. It's like the opposite of buyer's remorse. Buyers make a bad choice and then make excuses to why it was the right choice.
Hey guys, so I had a quote for you guys out there. I was thinking a lot, and guys nowadays, they don't want to get married. Why? Why don't you want to get married? Like, you want to spend like your whole life with this girl, right? Like you've been with her for years, but you don't want to get married. I don't understand that. Like, I don't know why. Why is it? Like, I have a couple friends, you know, they've been with their boyfriends for a while, and they're a little bit older. They're not my age. They're like 25.
I decided to look at this girl's channel and see what it is all about, and I couldn't help but notice something funny. Now this video right here is interesting. How to keep your man from cheating. It's interesting because the very next video is, he cheated on me, and there is something about this video right here that serves as a warning to ignore the advice in this video here. Then it gets worse. You have this video, how to keep your girlfriend from cheating. Oh, for fuck's sake, if this video led to this video, I'm advising no one to watch this video.
Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married?
Because it was the best thing for the kids.
The kids are doing great.
Really? Have you noticed that Tommy's scared to death of girls?
He should be afraid of girls. They pretend to like you and then they take all your stuff.
Back to the whiner wanting to know why men don't want to get married.
And like, their boyfriends don't want to get married. Why? I don't understand that. Why don't you want to get married? Like, you've been with this girl for years, but you don't want to get married. Like, what's the point of being with a girl for years and not get married? Like, and what sucks is that, well, girls, as you know, they dream about getting married. They dream about this wedding. They just want to get married, and these guys, they don't want to get married. But what I don't understand is why. Why don't you want to get married? You want to be with this girl forever, but you don't want to get married. Are you guys afraid to commit? Like, why? I don't get it. Why don't you want to marry that girl? Like, and if, she shows you she loves you, she cooks for you, she cleans for you, like, why wouldn't you just make her happy and get married? I don't understand why you guys don't want to get married. So if you guys can answer that or tell me why, you guys scared, you guys just don't want to, are you afraid of divorce? Like, why? Why don't you want to get married? I don't get it. Ugh, I hate my hair because all the time. But yeah, so I want to know that question. So guys, you guys out there, tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Why? Okay, bye. Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Why? What sucks is that, well, girls, as you know, they dream about getting married. They dream about this wedding. They just want to get married, and these guys, they don't want to get married. Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Tell me, why don't you guys want to get married? Why?